We're going to have to come up with answers that set politics aside.
Hey, this is Clement G from Tennessee. I'm here representing Nashville Peacemakers, Mothers Over Murder, Straight Talk, Bulletproof. They don't hear us.
They don't hear us.
A man, black father, a son, an uncle, a nephew, a cousin. They don't hear us.
They don't listen. They don't hear us. They not listening.
They don't hear us.
And we're going to bring you some stuff that's going to make you feel better. They don't hear us.
I keep telling them, but they ain't listening, bro.
Hello, my name is Amana Serra. I'm from Port-au-Prince, Haiti, and they don't hear us. Yo pas nous. That's it.
I come to proudly share with you about a Rock Square 357 production entitled They Don't Hear Us.
They don't hear us.
Get together, stop killing.
Howdy, and welcome to another episode of They Don't Hear Us. Today, we have Miss Martha Coppage from Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you for being here today.
No problem.
Can you please tell me your background?
Well, like I said, my name is Martha Coppage. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, born and raised as a Georgia peach. With me living here in Atlanta, you know, I visit a lot of places, but this is my home. Raised my children here. I have 2 kids. I have grandkids and great-grands. I have raised my grandchildren, and now I'm on the 3rd generation with the great-grands, raising the great-grands. Like I said, everything haven't came easy in life. You know, me being this age now as raising a great-grand now is kind of difficult, you know. I take him back and forth to school. I'm up here at Kinship today doing tutoring twice a week, come up here on Mondays and Wednesdays. You will be surprised of the kindergarten homework, how difficult the kindergarten homework is. I'm not a dumb person, I'm an educated person, but the homework they're getting the kids today at school is a little difficult. So you do be needing a little help with the kindergarten homework. So the whole process now is totally different than we had when we was growing up. And it have changed from when I was raising my grandkids then, since I'm raising a great-grand. So I'm really appreciative of Kinship Care, very appreciative. Like I said, this is my 2nd go-round with Kinship Care. The first go-round was my grandchildren, my granddaughters. I had the granddaughters in here, but they are grown now. So the little boy that I have now is one of their children. So I'm in the 2nd go-round with Kinship Care. The program is an awesome program. If you let it work and you work with the program like it's supposed to, it can be very, very helpful for you. Good people here, very informative. They have a lot of different programs for you. But you got to be able to help yourself too in the meanwhile. You can't depend on just the program. You got to be knowledgeable, stay on top of things, and read. Yes. First started out with Kinship, they wasn't even in this building, so that tell you how long it was. They had a little small building up on Tara Boulevard, very small. So when they got this building right here, I was very happy because it was a bigger building. You had more rooms. You can have arts and crafts. You could do the tutoring in the classroom. We can have stuff open like a big kitchen here and have like the breakfasts, lunches, Halloween things. You just name it. The summer programs, for the kids. Our kids had the summer programs. We didn't have to worry about paying all the money for the kids to go to the summer programs. So like I said, it's been a great, tremendous help for the community and for the grandparents, because a lot of grandparents say, you believe it or not, I think when I was raising my grandchildren, I think one lady, if I can remember, I think she had 8, maybe 9 grandchildren that she was raising, and all those children was in this program. So that's a lot. They was able to fund Christmas for the kids. They had an angel tree. And they had different companies that would step in and volunteer things for the children. So all of the kids had gifts and everything for Christmas. Uniforms For the kids who had to have uniforms to go to school, they was able to provide those also. School supplies, these are just some of the things that Kinship Care did. These were just some of the things. I can just go on and on about the things that they did. And they are still making things happen, although we're still in the pandemic. I don't know what people think, but we are still there. Because a lot of people still haven't been able to go back to work. Some people still are losing their homes. Some people still don't have food either. So we still have to think about those situations with people. We never know what's going on inside of people's homes. But Kinship will always be there to help anybody who they can help. And they will put you into a resource and tell you where to go if you need rent assistance, utility assistance, clothing, or if you need shelter, whatever. They can give you different numbers and everything for different services.
It sounds like Kinship is a great place for different resources, and that's awesome. Can you tell me how did you learn about Kinship?
I was at home looking at TV, and it was on Channel 46. They advertised it on TV.
Really?
And it was on Channel 46, and my granddaughter at that particular time, Rashida, was 6 years old. And I had her, just had got custody. Well, I had custody of her, but I was trying to find something to do for me and her to have outreach, to do some things as a grandparent and granddaughter together. And it was on TV. And I got the address, and I went up there. They signed us up and everything, and it went from there. And I've been rocking and rolling, and, you know, and Kinship have been here. And Rashida is 26 years old now.
Awesome.
And when we started the program, she was 6.
That's really good.
3, 2, 1.
Can you tell me some of the highs and lows of being a grandparent?
Oh yeah, Yvette, it's a lot of highs and lows of being a grandparent. The high, let me go to the high parts first, and I can really truly smile on that. Being a grandparent, it's a warm feeling. I know with your kids and everything, it's warm having kids, but it's just something about the grandchildren. It just takes over just without the kids, because by kids they say, oh, you just let the grandchildren just go wild, let them just do everything. You used to spank us for everything. The grandkids just get away with blood and murder. It's just a different feeling as being a grandparent. You know, you can't really express that being a grandparent. It's an awesome thing that for somebody to just say grandma and touch you on the shoulder or just want to rub you, because that's how my grandchildren like to do. They just want to come and grandma, give me a hug, grandma, hug me, grandma, you know. So those things are absolutely the high points. Or just to hear somebody say grandma, grandma. Some people talk about grandma. I don't want that. I am a grandma. I know me and I know my place and I know who I am. So call me grandma. I don't have a problem calling me grandma. Those are the high points with me. My low points with a grandchild is when I got to come in and do that serious discipline with their grandchild. It hurts me so bad to do that serious discipline, you know, because I really don't want to. You'll talk till you blue in the face. Sit down, stop, don't do that, and you said I don't know how many times. And with my child, I been snatched them. You see what I'm saying? But you just gonna just keep saying it with them, you know, because they're your grandchild. I don't know why we do that as with a low parent with the kids. And like I said, as raising them, you don't want to see your grandkids go into foster care, you know, so that's your family. And you take your kids. You don't want them going to foster care. Some grandparents probably do. They let them go into foster care, but me, I don't. I do everything in my power to keep them from going there. And I want to take them myself and keep them myself. So, yeah, so that's a low point if you got to let them go. But, you know, if you can still keep them, do that. Keep them.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I'm so happy to hear you say that. Many times we do as grandparents. I am a grandparent also. We lose the point, or, you know, we just kind of lose focus and we let things slide. But it's good that the child was able to stay in your home and not go to foster care. Were you able to get any parenting classes that could help you with this struggle that you was having, like with discipline or parenting itself?
Yes, I was. They offered parenting classes, and they were able to tell you how to deal with a lot of different things you see with your kids. Because some of the kids may have ADHD, bipolar. It be just different things that kids have. Once they've been diagnosed with different things, you need to know how to deal with certain things with the kids. Because, our children maybe didn't have that, but the new generation may have some things going on, but we don't know the situation that the kids came from. And we got to know how to deal with that. So they, as a parent, they showed us how to handle that. A lot of these kids, parents may be incarcerated, and they have to go to the jail to see their parents. So that we don't know what's going on in your head. So we need to know how to parent that child, listen to that child, to talk to us and tell us how they are feeling. Because some kids don't know how to express themselves, and they act out. And we think they're just being bad, but they're not being bad. They don't know how to express themselves. So they act out. They do all different kind of things. And so I tell people all the time, watch your children. They're not just bad. They don't know how to do anything else but just to act out. So, we don't know. We don't know, what's in their little brains, because they don't know how to tell us. But we as being adults, we can express ourselves. But them as children, they don't. They're either shut down or they're going to act out.
What about financial resources? Do you know if any financial resources are available to help grandparents raise their grandchildren?
Well, only thing I knew they was giving out TANF. Now I don't know about that because I never was qualified for to get TANF for my granddaughter because I was working.
Okay.
So I never did get TANF for her when I was raising her, but I think they did have TANF, and that was through Department of Family and Children Services. But it may be some other things out there now, but I still don't know about those things. But I'm quite sure there are some things out there for grandparents raising grandchildren.
I know one of the things that our, hopefully, Governor Stacey Adams, she is trying to push financial resources for the grandkids, and that would help out. And so I'm looking forward to that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Stacey Adams, she's a very good person. I went to a luncheon about 6 months ago. I was invited to that luncheon. It was downtown at a hotel. She spoke at that luncheon. Very smart lady, very, very smart lady. She knows a lot of things. I think this will be the right person for us. This is the right time to have her there. She can make things happen. She can turn some wheels and make things happen. So yeah, I think this is the right person for us. Yes.
As far as being a grandparent, raising your grandchildren, and I heard you say you're a great grandmother also. What would you like to see change as far as any kind of laws, resources, or anything? Would you like to see anything change?
Yes. With being a great grandmother of 2 great grandsons, my fear, I'm just scared for them as being black young men because of all the things I see that's going on with them now. I like for there to be more programs for our youth boys to get into with some good, strong men, leaderships, to be there to help our young boys, to show them how to be men, to let them know how to work, and to be men, because it's so many men that's missing in the household. Either they're incarcerated, or they're out in the streets. They are not being the man to the boys, and our boys need that. So I would like to see more money spent into a program to get the good mentors to show our men, our young boys coming up, that it is a better system than just hanging around in the streets and not doing anything. You want to use your head, and you want to be that man, to have your family in your household and know how to take care of your family. So it's going to take strong men, leaders, to show our young black men how to be leaders.
I totally agree with you. Do you believe that it's a possibility that your grandbaby will return to their mothers, or are you just planning on continuing to raise them?
Well, he sees his mother now, but as right now, he's in the best situation with me. because I know I can get him what he needs right now. You know, to me, she's not at that stable situation right now. I know he gonna be at school on time. See, those things are important to me. That I'm not gonna oversleep. I'm gonna get him to school on time. With her, she be saying, "Oh, I overslept and he didn't go to school today." That's not acceptable to me. Those kind of things not acceptable. Oh, I didn't get a chance to do his homework last night. That's not acceptable to me. You know, he gonna get his homework did. He gonna go to sleep on time. You know, it gonna just be certain things that I'm gonna do. There's certain things that I know his mom won't. Yeah. So yeah, his mom is there, and she gonna she be in his life.
Right. Well, that's a blessing. I know God can continue to bless you and your family for that.
Okay, hold up in 3, 2, 1.
So the state of Georgia offers resources such as CRIS payments and grandparents raising grandkids payments. Are you aware of that?
No, I'm not.
Okay. You have to be the age of 55. And pretty much that's just the criteria, this age 55, that your grandchild is actually in the home with you and that you are their legal guardian. So again, it's called CRIS payments and also grandparents raising grandkids payments. And those sound like, you know, you'll be able to get those resources. Another thing is the relative payment resources that is offered by the state of Georgia. So that would be something that you can possibly get into. Raising a grandchild, have you felt or have you witnessed any resistance as far as the parent and your relationship?
Well, not with my great-grandson, but when I was raising my granddaughter, when I was raising Rashida, yes, her parents, it was like chaos with them, like pulling teeth and nail with them. Her mom and her dad, neither one of them did any financial thing with her. It was never any time coming around to do anything with her. I would contact them, let them know everything that was going on. I still tried to have a relationship with them. Let them know, like at Christmas time, they would promise stuff, they never came through with it, although I had everything ready for her. But when there was stuff going on, they never came through. Her mom all the time, she was taking me back to court to get her child, but every time she came back to court, she was pregnant with another baby. So the judge never did give Rashida to her. Then every time they drug tested her, they said she was positive for drugs. The daddy, which was my husband's son, he never did anything. He never just stepped up to the plate to try to do anything at all. I'll let him know what Rashida would need. Okay, just tell me what she need. I'm gonna get it. Never did. And then he would just call the house sometime. I'm coming to get my daughter. I want my daughter. Y'all over there just corrupting her mind. She don't know us and she don't want us. You know, no more. You know, and he was saying he was gonna get the police. Threatened me so many times. I'm getting the police say y'all kidnapped her. You know, I wasn't worried about none of that because we had papers from the court. You know, that they had gave her to us because of the circumstances that the police had to go out several times. That's how we got Rashida. Her mom left her in the hotel room by herself. You know, she was crawling around on the floor eating chips. And the manager of the hotel heard a baby in the room crying, had been crying for a while. He opened the door. There she was crawling around on the floor. So he called defects. That's how it first got started. That's how we first got her.
So when defects step in, I heard you say court papers. Can you tell me like what would be the process for someone else who's going through this? What would be the first thing they need to do? Okay, well with us, they contacted the next of kin when defects stepped in. They knew that my husband was her next of kin. They contacted him as being the grandfather. They talked to him on the phone. They told me it was going to be a court date. They told me what date the court was going to be on. We both went to court. Okay, when we got down there to the courthouse, the mother was there, her mother was there, the boy was there, his son and his son's mother. So the other two grandmothers was in there, plus the daddy and the mama was there. So the judge went through all the preliminary acts. Why was the child left in the hotel room like that? And everything. So the mom said, I only stepped out for a minute, but the manager was there and said that baby had been crying over an hour and a half. So that's when he said, well, look, I'm taking custody from her. I'm giving it to the grandmama. So he said, which one of the grandparents want to step up and take the child? Her mom said, I'm too young to take her. During that time, I think her mother was about 35 years old. The
The boy's mother, her mother said, I just can't take care of her. I stood up, I said, I'll take her. The judge said, who are you? I said, I'm married to the grandfather. You know, I said, I'm married to the grandfather. He said, you gonna take her? And she's not your blood? I said, yeah. He said, step to the bench.
Right.
I went to the bench and he said, so how old is your baby? I said, our daughter that me and my husband had together, I said, she's 16. My daughter, Squeeta, was 16 at that time. I said, I will take her and raise her. I said, she don't have to go to the system because we had already been seeing Rashida. They had been letting us keep her, you know. So we had a relationship with her. She was only 6 months. And he said, you sure? I said, positive. So he said, neither one of y'all grandmothers want to take your blood grandchild. I can't take, I just can't. That day, that's when we got the papers, the custody of Rashida, downtown at Fulton County Courthouse. That's how they set it up. They gave us her. They gave us the papers and everything for that day. DFACS had her in the back room. They brought her and put her in our arms and gave us our papers. And that's how we became her guardians that day.
So were you able to get temporary guardianship or full?
They gave us temporary that particular day. 6 months after that, it was permanent guardianship.
Okay. That's awesome. I know it's rewarding seeing her grow up throughout these years. And being able to take care of and raise her.
How did you and Yvette meet?
Up here.
Okay, and so like, do you remember that? How long ago was it?
Oh, God.
How long ago was it?
Raya was a little arm baby, wasn't she? Raya was an arm baby.
Wow.
Yeah, she was an arm baby. Because like I said, Rashida was 6 years old and now she's 26. So that been 20 years ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that been 20 years ago.
Crazy.
When she first started up here. And y'all didn't come right then. But I remember when you came in, you had Raya, Trishna, and you had Chanel with you. And your mom was with you. I remember when y'all came in, we was in the cafeteria. That day when y'all came in, I remember that. And your mom always came with you when you came. And like I said, your mom is a beautiful person. When I said she's beautiful, she was right there with you every moment with those children. And I remember I think I asked you what happened. It was a while for we talked, and I asked you, and I think you was telling me that she had a stroke. Mariah had a stroke, and then we started talking, you know, and y'all came, we came to the breakfasts every Friday morning. We started doing little things like crafts and stuff. The kids, you brought the kids up, we had different activities and everything like that, and we just started flowing. And your mom was always here to help you with the kids. And then that's when I found out you was military and everything. Then we had our Christmas stuff, Christmas parties and everything. We was just always here doing stuff with the kids. I know I'm going to see you and your mom. Anytime we had something, you know, me and Rashida would always be here. Anytime we had anything. So, yeah, so that's how I met that.
You're one of the first ones I met. And you, I mean, day one, you was like open and honest and just cheerful, pleasant to be around.
Yeah, everyone I said that's how I met her up here with the kids. And it's been a long time. And Vet had always been Vet. You know, she's always been Vet. So, yeah, so that's how we met.
Well, this program, I mean, it's been helpful, you know, especially offering the summer
camp. Oh, yeah.
The summer camp.
Yeah.
Being able to drop the kids off.
Yeah, because you can imagine that summer camp would be so expensive if we didn't have kinship. And, you know, they bring them up here and they did the lunches and everything. You know, we didn't have to do anything. They took them on different field trips and everything. When COVID hit, it just like kind of shut down a little bit. But before COVID had hit, oh, my God. Kids would go on summer camps, all kind of trips. They took them swimming. They was at the beach all the time. The kids were just doing all kind of things, all kind of crafts. They had a special class for the team. They would sit and talk to them about their personal hygiene, stuff like that. Talk to the girls about sex and everything. Different things they had step by step. They would take the girls and stuff and go through. Yeah, so it was awesome, you know, to help the children out and everything, because some of the kids, like I said, their family was incarcerated. And some of the grandparents were older grandparents, and they really didn't know exactly how to handle the young kids. So that's when we had the young camp counselors that would come in and help talk to the young girls about different things, about personal hygiene. And some of them didn't know. You know, hey, you smelling some arms sometime, and they had to tell them, look, you got to get that deodorant, you know, and everything. So yeah, you got to get that deodorant. Just being honest about everything, you know. Shave your arms, you know. Yeah, so we had the young camp counselors here to tell the girls and everything about personal hygiene and stuff. Yeah, so it was awesome. Yeah, it was awesome.
I think another thing that's good good during camp was when we was able to join Butterfly.
Oh yeah.
We had the Butterfly going on.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, Butterfly. We would sit right in this room, and we have a table, and all of the grandparents would come in when the kids were doing camp, and we would sit and we would cry if something went on. We had our tissues. We would cry because different people were going through different things, and we shared things at that particular time. The grandparents did, and so if you felt like you need to cry, or open up about something, we could, because everybody here had something going on in their life. It wasn't nobody here that was perfect. If they thought they were perfect, they was in the wrong place, because everybody here had something going on in their life. If it wasn't, you didn't have no business being here. You see what I'm saying? You either the kids, or either you got your children are incarcerated and you raising their children, or you got to worry about how you gonna pay your rent, how you gonna feed the kids. It's something going on, you know. So we sit up in here and we discussed it and we talked about it. And like I said, if somebody has some kind of illness or something going on, we gonna pray about it, and we gonna get through it. You know, we gonna get through it.
We also did we had our exercising.
Exercise
class and dance classes.
We did Zumba. Yeah, we had Zumba going on. And then we had the exercise room up in front. So yeah, they had exercise class going on up there in the front. So, and all that was free of charge. And you couldn't get any better than that, because you can go right up there and do the same thing you were gonna pay for a gym. So, like I said, this program, you can't beat it. It was just awesome. The Thanksgiving program, me and Miss Sheila and all of us get in the kitchen and cook. Oh my God, we just cook, serve the county. All of the different counties would come, the fire department, police, the chief, everybody would just come and just eat in there. We would serve and just have a good old time. Same thing for Christmas. It would just be awesome. It was just, I just remember all the good old things that was up here at Kinship. All of the good things. Yeah.
And hopefully now that the pandemic is pretty much behind us, I hope to see Kinship come back. You know, we have grandparents still every day struggling, and they just, you know, throw their hands up, really don't even know where to go. And so I try, along with you, we just try to tell them, hey, there is an outlet. There is someone who really cares. Again, as a grandparent myself, I don't think I truly knew the whole struggle until you actually have to go through it, and to know that someone like you is here to help, you know, help me migrate through it. I appreciate that.
But yeah, like I said, being a grandparent, it can be a struggle. It can, and especially if they little, you know, and you don't raise your kids up. Like I said, Laquita, my baby was 16 when Rashida came in my life at 6 months. So you can imagine going to daycare, packing a diaper bag in the morning time, going to daycare. I was still working, my husband working, dropping her at daycare, coming from work, picking her up, coming home. Then she got in school, doing homework, and then she was diagnosed with ADHD, short-term memory lapse. So at that particular time, they calling me on my job. Soon I done dropped her at school. Miss Coppage, Rashida run up and down the hallway screaming. She running in and out of cheering class where she marking on cheering paper. She tearing up other children homework. I'm going back and forth to the school, picking her up, you know, sitting down with the teacher, trying to get an INP fixed up her. You know, it's just like, it was something else. I thought I was going to lose my job, you know, because I had to run back and forth all the time from work to her school. But God was still in control of everything, and thank God He seen the light. And my supervisor at that particular time, I told her what was going on. She said, Martha, handle your business, you know, I'm going to be here and everything going to be fine, you know. So, and that was good, you know, that she was, you know, still able to help me with that.
I really appreciate you in this interview. Thank you. And this concludes the episode of They Don't Hear Us.